And welcome to another episode of Business Inspire GY. Today we will be speaking with Ms. Navina Wellington Ford of the National Certification Body of Jamaica. Ms. Ford, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a good opportunity to be here.
Now, we will be speaking about the importance of standards, having your systems within your businesses tested and your businesses certified as complying with international standards. Ms. Ford, we met 2 nights ago at the handing over ceremony of the 9001 certificate to Metro Business Services right here in Guyana. And you were stressing about the importance of having businesses within the region, certified as meeting international standards. Could you expound on that for us here?
Sure. So, as a certification body, our product is certification and it is built on standards. What I mean is that companies are expected to implement this standard in their entity. The product or the standard that you and I would have interacted with at that ceremony would have been ISO 9001:2015. We also certify to other standards such as the ISO 22000:2018, which is for food safety. There are so many other standards out there that ourselves we will certify clients to, or clients can get involved in. The importance of having a standard in your entity is that it strengthens your company. When you are a company, whether it's a small business just starting out or mature business that have been in place for a longer time, you recognize that there are some key things that you must do if it is that you want to have a viable business or to be a sustainable business. And one of this is to implement a standard. Once you have implemented a standard, it sets out the parameters under which you carry out your business. And a lot of times person might think that standards will stifle innovation or stifle you from being flexible, but that's not so. What the standard does, because it's written in such a generic way, it is able to be applied to any business that you have, and you meld it to your own processes. So you find that it strengthens the capability of your organization. Now with a standard, you recognize that the improvement is seen because you see repeatability, your products and processes improve in quality because you have streamlined your processes in such a way to meet the requirement of the standard that it by and large gives you an improvement in your product and processes standard and quality. Now there's also the improvement that is seen in terms of your customers, both your internal customers and your external customers. And I always like to say it's important to change your customers from customers into brand ambassadors.
Wow.
And once it is that a customer will continue getting a quality service from you or a quality product, you're going to find that they will continue to buy from you, buy your services, and they will also refer your product or your service to others. And it is important for us to reach that level in the region because while certification is not a mandatory activity, you find that the partners or trading partners, they're asking for if it is that you have implemented a standard and if it is that you're certified. So sometimes dependent on what you are doing, what business you're involved in, what markets you want to go into, they are asking for certification. And that is where a body such as the NCBJ comes in, because we are a regional company that is here offering this service. So companies have gone ahead, they have seen the benefit of implementing a standard such as the quality management system standard and then moving a step further and getting certified.
Is there a push regionally for companies, whether small or large, to be certified?
I would want to say yes. Even if it's a soft push, I would want to say the push is mostly linked to using standard. And there are different entities across our region that support the various companies. For example, in Jamaica, you have the Bureau of Standards Jamaica. Here in Guyana, you have the Guyana National Bureau of Standards. And in the region, you do have CrossQ. These entities are there, their business is standard. And that is what they are pushing for our natives in various countries for us to use standard, because it is because of the use of standard that you're going to have reduction in any type of technical barrier to trade, right? So the push is really for the use of standard, and then by extension you have certification bodies such as myself that will be pushing for certification. And it's really because of the market need or the request that's coming from the market. A lot of times, most of our products, we will want to export them. And the exporting market is saying, are you certified? May I see the evidence of your certification? So from the standpoint of a certification body, we are in the business of certification. So yes, we will push certification, but we see it as the strategic direction of our region, the strategic direction of our companies, if it is that we are looking in terms of sustainability and making our industries across the region to be viable.
If we're to talk about the challenges that would have prevented companies in the past from seeking certification, what have you seen given the work that you would have been doing regionally with companies?
Good question. So one of the challenges that we'll find, a lot of the business landscape is made up of small businesses. And we have come to the realization that small businesses tend to want to shy away from the use of standard and also from being certified. So we have had to change the dialogue, change the tone of the conversation, and to impress upon our small businesses that it doesn't matter your size or the complexity of your business, the use of a standard is very important. And that is where you are going to matriculate or graduate from micro to the various levels, right, through the use of standard, and then by extension to get certified. We have clients that have as small as 6 employees and they are certified, when we have also have clients that have over 200 employees. So it's important for us to have an appreciation of what the small businesses are saying, and also to meet them at their point of needs so that they can understand that when the Bureau of Standards across the region speak to them about certification and speak to, well, sorry, not certification, but speak to them about standard, it is because of the impact, that the positive impact that a standard can have to their business. And again, when a certification body such as the National Certification Body of Jamaica speak to them about certification, is because we see the positive impact that after you have implemented a standard, you maintain your system and you get certified. And indeed, this is a positive. It strengthens their capability, because sometimes small businesses, for example, if they're a manufacturer, sometimes it seems as if they can produce only so much and they don't have consistent quality, right? Sometimes they hit a high note, sometimes they hit a low note. And you find that once they have used a standard and they put a system in place, it improves. You find that everything will stabilize and it really has an impact, right? So one of the challenges we found was small businesses not having an understanding that it is really applicable to them also. Another challenge can be the cost, right? The cost of certification. And again, this is something we had to change the dialogue. We say to the business person that when you are putting your business together, there are certain resources that you need, certain investment that you need to make so that you can get this business up and running and you can move it into a long-term process. And that's exactly what it is about certification. Do not look at it as in your cost section. When you look at your balance sheet and you're putting together your finance and your accounting, don't look at it in that section. Look at it under your investment section, because this is something that is going to strengthen your system and pay off over time. So those are two other challenges that we would have seen. Another challenge I would say is having persons understand that their trading partners are asking for standard. Their trading partners are asking for certification. So if it is that you want to continue to be a player in the market, then you have to respond. You have to know what is it that your market needs. And sometimes there's a gap in the information where in the countries that the manufacturers are operating or the service providers are operating, they don't necessarily know all the details of what the market that they are selling to is asking for. So by and large, I would think that those are three of the challenges that I would say as a certification body we saw.
I know that when we air this piece on Saturday, there are persons who still might not feel that they need to have their businesses certified because for them, you know, their business is doing well. What would your advice be to those business owners?
Why settle for only well? Why settle for only well? In recent years, the conversation in terms of investment and wealth management has changed. And we speak about sustainability and we speak about generational wealth and what is it that you're leaving for the next generation. So I would question, why do we settle for well? Why not go above that? Because sometimes if you're using just the regulations of a country or just the statutory, the business requirement, what are some of the legal requirements that a business need to meet in a country to operate? Sometimes when you're meeting just those basic requirements, you're doing well. But when you start looking at going above basic, moving to the next level, then you find yourself that you move from just doing well to start doing great, to start building your brand so that you are getting a greater market share. It's not about focusing on just the box that you're in, but it's about growing your business and your strengthening your capabilities, and by extension, you strengthen the capability of the country that you're operating in. So that is the response I will give. Why just settle for well? Why not use a standard? Why not move it to the next level of getting certified? Believe me, certification, it gives confidence in your business. Your buyers will look to see that, wow, you have gone the extra mile, and it increases confidence. It also puts you in a position of being investment ready, because persons who want to partner with you, they recognize that you have a system in place that is certified and they will want to come on board. We have companies we have customers, certified customers, who have gotten contracts and jobs because of them being certified. In the construction industry in Jamaica, we have certified clients, and sometimes when they're bidding on a job, that job wants to know, are you certified? May I see? And we can confirm that they're certified, and this give them the winning bid. This give them the job that they are going after. So we have seen where certification play out. We have a customer that have said to us that they wanted to go into a different market in the Middle East, and it is because they were ISO 9001 certified that they were able to get into that market, because at first they were having challenges, and when the market asked them, are you certified, and they said yes and gave them evidence of their certificate, they were able to get that market.
Excellent. Now, if we can go back to Metro, is Metro one of the first Guyanese companies that the National Certification Body of Jamaica would have assisted in becoming ISO certified?
Yes, they are our first client here in Guyana, right? And they're ISO 9001 and certified, and we're so very happy about that. We started working with them last year towards certification. They came on board, expressed an interest, and we worked with them along the certification path. And as you saw on Tuesday, that was evidence of them being successfully certified.
Are there other countries locally that are working with you in terms of getting certified?
Sure. So we do, I mean, in Guyana?
In Guyana.
Not as yet. We don't have any more clients as yet in Guyana. But we want to take the opportunity to encourage the Guyanese companies to look to see about implementing the ISO 9001 standard or the ISO 22000 standard for their food safety, and then speak to us about certification. I like to say that we should buy from the region so that we can build the region. I say this because we have the capacity here in the region. As a certification body, we are accredited, which means that we have international recognition. And it's important to note that because not all certification bodies are accredited. And if it is that you're not accredited, you do not have the international recognition that is necessary. And with this international recognition, it means that the certificate that you issue to your clients have that same level of recognition. So if it is that Metro decide to go outside of Guyana for business or in any other territory for business, their certificate have that international recognition. So when companies are looking towards a certification body, always seek to find out if it is that they're accredited, because that's one of the first important selection point when you're looking for certification body. Mm-hmm. So we do encourage companies to, once you have any interest in being certified, implement the standard and look within your region, because we do have the capacity here to serve you. And the NCBJ look forward to serving any companies, whether it's from Guyana or any other company in our region. We're here to serve them.
Recently, CARICOM leaders would have been talking a lot about pushing CSME, food security, and so on. What greater role do you see certifying bodies playing in the region, as you know, we are seeing from our leaders this greater push for integration?
Mm-hmm. Well, integration is very important. The reality is that as any business model, you have to look about viability and sustainability. Not all of our countries will have the capacity or the capability of having a certification body. And if it is that we are looking at true integration and we're looking at partnership across the region, then it stands to reason that not all of them should. It simply means that we look to see the services that our partners here in the region have, and then we leverage and we link and partner with those services. So I do believe that as the certification bodies, whichever country we are in, then we would support the region in that manner. It's also important when it comes on to food safety, as you mentioned, to know the standards. What are the standards that are being asked for? Because right now, it doesn't matter which market you're trading in, especially once it is that you're doing food. Food safety is such a topical conversation right now. It's about being certified. Being certified, that's the bottom line. Being certified and being able to prove your certification, being able to implement your food safety system, have it in place, and being able to demonstrate that any food that you produce will be at the highest safety level. Means that at the point of consumption, it doesn't cause anybody to be ill.
Oh, Ms. Ford, thank you very much for speaking with us. And I know that I would have learned a lot, and I know that our viewers, would have learned a lot from you and will move towards having their businesses certified.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. It was great speaking with you. Thank you.